Everything smelled like fish. My hair, under my nails, my... So I don't become like the very thing people want to see, like a mean, hateful, angry woman. I don't want to become that. So I do, if I block somebody, it's for a good reason, and I'm trying to protect myself. Yeah, and if there's anybody in here that thinks that I hate anybody, then you clearly don't know who I am, and I am not going to sit here trying to justify anything or prove anything. My actions from the moment that y'all have met me till now have shown that hate is not something that resides in my heart. Okay, so of course you guys want to know who I'm dating. My dad's pronunciation of Croatia was hilarious. He's adorable. He didn't pronounce anything right the whole race. Yeah, you have to ask people for their phones while you're racing. Yeah, for sure. Go ask him if we're dating. Why does ever have to ask me? Can you tell what they're trying to piece by the questions they ask in the DR? Camden, that's a great question. Yeah, it took me too long to piece that together, but like after maybe a month, I was like, okay, you're asking me this, I gotta ask this, then that must mean that this means this and that. So yeah, I'm internally trying to figure out what the questions that are being asked tell me. Yeah. I raced down the hill for 3 hours. I don't know how many times. I would do the challenge. The race was worth it. I would do it again, guys. I would do it again. My dad is precious. Very, very precious. My mom and I call you all the time. You said, what in the everlasting on BB? It was great. When did I say that? Chelsea, that's so funny. I loved Keanu this season. Did you feel bad for Rubina and her sister, even Izzy and her wife? They're not married yet, although, you know, we're waiting. We're waiting. Izzy, Paige, somebody. Yeah, those are my girls, all 4 of them. And they're the people I'm probably closest to post-race. Like, when it comes to that cast, it's like Izzy, Paige, Rubina, and Christine. Well, Rena and I obviously were, but the ones that we gained friendship closest with is Izzy and Paige and Christine. So it was tough. It's tough now watching back. I was just glad that that I survived. Billy, this is not the time or place. I will unfortunately block you. I will block you. Who did you think was gonna win Big Brother? I thought Morgan was gonna win Big Brother. Yeah, guys, you're right. Don't worry, I blocked him. It's just like, I blocked him. Some people just want to go in here, like, some people, like, Kennedy. Yes. That's not Kennedy. I'm gonna come say hi to the people online. Hey, this is who if I were to go on the race again, I would bring Jeremiah.
Yeah, 100%.
Not Dad and his. and his ankles and his kneecap. Oh yeah, so all I was saying is people, it's so crazy. People go online and create these like they specifically go online just to tear people down. Like that's how they choose to use their time, is to go online and rip people apart. Yeah, my dad's kneecaps are messed up. Dude, Jeremiah would have killed it, but Jeremiah just became a firefighter in January, like off of probation this January. So he's like a legit firefighter. So I couldn't risk, he couldn't leave work for a whole month, number one. My dad's been on the job for 30 years. But also I didn't want to risk him getting injured on the race and it affecting, you know, how hard he's worked as a fire. He too is an LA City firefighter. My brother is a cutie pie. Has Joseph asked you on a date yet? Guys, we're not talking about that. My brother is taken. Yeah. Drinking a little more, feeling a little more lately. I'm up. How the public's been just treating me lately. I'm like, I've been like this. I'm the type that people will know that I'm with somebody when I post pictures of our kids. Like we've already been 4 or 5 years married and I'm posting like, oh, you know, Ocean Blue. People think that's an ugly name, but I think Ocean's a cute name. Ocean is born. They're like, what? Oh, wait, I didn't even know you were married. And I'd be like, yeah, I've been married for 5 years. Yeah. Oh, you be TikTok. What's up, Alan? Alan, you can't even talk about me. Y'all, Alan is in the building. One of the best young adult pastors that I know. Alan Walters, you're sitting here going viral on TikTok. You can't even talk about me. I'm hopping here in this TikTok because an episode of Amazing Race just popped on. That's all. But I want the control. Thanks, Jacob. Any advice for atheists? DM me, because that's a heavy, it's not like a piece of advice, but I would love to talk. Yeah. If I were to be on Traders, what would your strategy be? I can't say that. Y'all know when I get that call. Oh, invite Joseph. Get on, Joseph. Get on now. But I want the control. Yeah, so CBS, when you go on Big Brother, you have a 2-year contract. So I'm still under that contract. It's only been a year since I've been on Big Brother, which is insane. Doesn't it feel like 30? Which Quinn texted me tonight, speaking of Big Brother. He's so sweet. I'm obsessed. I think Joseph hopped off already. I was trying to get one of them on. Thanks, K Blair. It's only been 1 year. Is that insane, Jessica? Insane. You can be let. I don't know. Contractually, I don't know. I'm not going to speak on that. I still talk to everybody on our season. How did we wash our clothes? I just told y'all. In the sink.
Or FYP.
I tried to add him. Let me see if I can add him. Auto accept request. App Absolutely not. We are not gonna auto. Okay, I'm trying to. I didn't have dinner. I just had like a a juice because I haven't been feeling good. Oh, we're talking about the race. Dude, I don't know how to add anybody on here. Joe Arc, John 17. No, I love him. We ate whatever, like, the hotel would have. Uh, Amazing Race and Big Brother are hard for different reasons. I think I don't know. I think I enjoyed them equally. Going on with my dad was a hard dynamic that I had to work through. I don't know. They're both hard. No, creating the cart took me like 20 minutes. Going down took me like 4 hours, 3 hours. Why were you the only girl to get 2 crates of beer in Prague? No.
Hey, Alex Wagner.
We were the only team that got 3 crates. We got the most crates. I don't know, don't even ask me. You guys are so messy. I'm not. You guys are messy. Why you guys like this? Wanna know what movie I watched? Because I've been trying to say I need to make sure I watch every black movie, like every black rom-com, drama. Just black. I'm talking about black rom-coms like Love Is Blind. Love Is Blind. Oh Lord. Oh God. Love and Basketball, Love Jones, Brown Sugar, The Wood. Deliver Us from Eva, which I watched for the first time. Why Did I Get Married? Why Did I Get Married to? What is the Best Man Holiday? So last night I had never seen Deliver Us from Eva, and I'm so glad I did. I don't know. I mentioned that because it just popped up on my screen. Last Christmas or this Christmas, dude. So I've been trying to. How did you feel about finally finishing the race at the end? Oh my gosh. Such a relief. But I was in so much pain. I know, Georgie. That was the first time I watched that one. I'm so embarrassed for myself. Yes, I did see another Why Did I Get Married coming out. I'm trying to see who was going to go on this live, but guys, I don't know how to work this. Where have I been? I don't know. So I'm reading Keke Palmer's book, or Lauren. Her real name is Lauren. She'd like to be called Lauren. Lauren's book called Master of Me, and she had talked about the influence that these movies had on her. She's going down the list, and I'm like, oh, these are great. Like, I've seen all these. And then she said, Deliver Us from Eva. And I'm like, what is that? Then I read it in another book, and I'm like, I gotta watch this. Amazing Race has been filmed. Taylor! Hell, you guys, I feel like I haven't seen Taylor in like 10,000 years, and it's just, I'm just not well. Taylor, I'm trying to get some people to talk about this freaking race. That was the death of me. I don't know how long it took for Christine or the Chata sisters to get down. I have no idea. I just knew it would take me 3 hours. I can never... Oh, sorry. Sorry, Tay. I'm sorry. Incognito is crazy. Which, you guys, Taylor is judging Miss Teen USA, I believe. And she's just perfect for that. Hosting and talking and all the things. She's a great human. Oh, except there she is. There you are.
Yeah. Oh,
You can't go incognito on me, bro.
I can't go incognito. You can't jump in anybody's live in a second. Taylor Hale is into the chat. What was he just talking about?
I'm loving the
You can
cat.
do the same. I know you don't have to tap into it, but like I want to see the comments too. So Anyway.
That's hilarious. Y'all, the queen is in the chat. Are you in? You're out of town right now, right?
I'm in the Reno Tahoe.
Reno? When do you start working and all the things? You have Benji?
I brought Benji. It's Abby Kelsey, brother. Say
Hi,
hi.
Benji. I miss you.
It's been like over a year.
It's been over a year.
Yeah, since you've seen him, I think. Or like
No, you brought him to brunch. When we were out there for.
yes, when he was being a menace.
Yes,
always.
I'm obsessed with him. Okay, how are we feeling about this episode?
Girl. This has been my I will say this is the point in the race. I'm like, do I want to mind what I say? Because I'm trying to keep my job. But
I mean, I want to say yes. Why would you say but no?
I know. I'll say this is the point in the race where I know. You know how I feel, Benji. I was already feeling damn, there are disadvantages for guys on this race that there's just clear advantages that men have when they run the race.
Yeah.
And I felt this leg in particular is when I was I was starting to get a little disillusioned with Amazing Race. And that sucked because I love doing the Amazing Race. But, just being a woman on the race and doing all these different legs, I was this, if I was partnered with a woman, we would be out. We would have already been out.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of points where I felt I think you see it in the episode. I very specifically call out the ways that there's gender imbalances on here, but I'm also struggling with benefiting from the patriarchy in this. I have a able-bodied, young, fit man who is my partner, and so I get to rise literally within 2 legs from 9th place to 2nd place because I have that strength right beside me. But what's the consequence of that? I'm literally seeing all the female teams, and even you, a female and an older male team, fall to the back, and all the young, fit guys rise to the top. So I'm how do I stay in this competition and keep that competitive spirit while also grappling with feeling this is shitty. This is a really shitty feeling to see that happen.
And I think both things can be true at the same time, where it's you're competitive and you want to keep that edge because you want to win, but also I'm starting to see this pattern of women just keep
noticing. Noticing.
Yes, noticing heavy, and it just gets crazier as a race. Oh, I can't wait for these next couple episodes. I just can't wait because it's just gonna if things are aired, everything that's aired, it's just gonna reveal a bigger conversation that hopefully it shifts. Because there's gender imbalances, but I think they can fix that with the competitions that they have us do, so they can level out some of this stuff to where it doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. Carrying friggin' fishnets across Croatia, you clearly know that's going to be hard.
It was so crazy because when we opened up the clue, Kylan was great, let's do the fishnets. And I was no. I will hold us back in that. And even you were when we were cutting the fish, when Tucker and Eric, let me tell you, Roadrunner, Speedy Gonzalez, and the camera guy gets in my face and said, so what happened? What did you just see? I was Tucker and Eric just zoomed past us. They did they did the task where you pick up the heavy thing and you drop it off. Of course they were gonna come in fast and first at that. And then we saw Joseph and Adam and Jag and Jazz pass, and I was this is so frustrating. And what team was the first team to leave the fish? A double female team.
Yep.
Those were the top teams going in there. The strong guys that can pick stuff up and carry it a long way. Not saying it was easy for them, but easier for them than any of us.
Yeah.
And then, a more stereotypically feminine task, the double female team gets it done first, and they're the first one from our detour to go to the double U-turn board.
And then they have to go to, after they get U-turn, have to do this heavy fishnet thing. They then have to go and do another physically demanding. Those carts were, I don't care what nobody says, that thing was hard. You're using all of your arms, and the heavier you are, the easier it is because you have momentum. So they're going from one physically demanding challenge to the next.
Yeah.
And it's just set up for one of them to go home easily.
Yeah. And that's not even to say, like, because I think about this a lot, right? I'm like, I'm not trying to think just in the terms of boy, girl, because there are gay men that run the race that are maybe a little more feminine. There are queer women that run the race that are maybe a little more masculine. Yeah. But there are aspects of this race that either lean into stereotypes between the gender imbalance that can occur. And like, it just gets frustrating because why would you not want to equalize this as much as possible? And seeing, like, again, we go to building and we say, oh, it's building, Kylan, you got this, go do it. And we got out, we got there 5th place, we left and got 2nd place at the mat.
Second, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the last 3 standing were you and 2 other female teams.
2 other female teams. Yeah.
When you kept getting, how many times, I mean, at least it was shown in the episode, when you were like, I'm 2 seconds off, I'm 1 second off, I'm 3 seconds off. I'm literally just thinking like, that is such a small matter of weight and wind.
I know. That's it. Literally, it was weight, and my fingers getting ran over.
But mind you, Kylan thought those were actual people that he had to beat, and so I think he didn't know that they had GoPros on.
Yeah.
And so I think like when Kylan made it on either his first or second, whatever the hell, when Kylan made it through, one of the, crew people, their hired people, actually got there before him, crossed the line for him. So he was like, oh my God, I have to do it again. And I was like, no, you're good, let's go.
He didn't know it just had to be under 36
He thought he
seconds.
Lost. He knew it had to be under 36 seconds, and he thought he also had to beat the people.
He crushed that.
Yeah. That man is
the building and the writing.
Yeah.
They didn't air when I built mine. I felt so confident, and as soon as I got in the car and rolled down, the whole thing collapsed. The whole entire thing. They didn't show it, which I'm grateful. They showed it not.
With Jag too. That was like really crazy to watch because Jag.
What are you talking about in chat BCC? Did Jag saying that Kylan helped him with his screws? Like, what is that?
So Jag got to the bottom, and I think like as he was going down, he was losing screws and parts left and right, like a cartoon, just like doom, 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 doom. And so he had to pick up, the cart, and we didn't realize what happened for a while. But he was kind of like walking around, looking down, and I was like, "What is he doing?" And Jazz was like, "Oh, like, sorry, I just like buffered for a second." They were like, "Oh, like you gotta pick up the screws." And so he's like picking up the screws, and then he goes up a little bit and he's picking up more screws. And I was like, damn, did he really lose that many screws doing that? That's crazy. And so I couldn't see, like you guys hit a turn or whatever on the way up the hill.
On the way up.
I guess he was still picking stuff up there. And that's when Kylan had to be like, damn, let me help you too, like I'm just trying to go.
Because if he's just sitting there in the middle of the road, we can't race.
Yeah.
But everybody's screws were coming off because the cobblestone, those things, that was one of the hardest things I think I did up until this point, was that stupid, I hated it so much. And my dad's just screaming at me, go. I'm like, what do you think I'm trying to do? I'm trying to go. Jack, you go.
Jack is like one of my favorite people ever. I'm just waiting for this one specific thing to happen that is not aired because cameras were not around. But I cannot wait to tell this one thing. It's like my favorite with Jack. I'm just.
I don't even like.
It's just whenever I'll say this, whenever a room is too hot, I say exactly what your dad said, and I just burst into tears laughing. It was like my favorite thing. But we'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah, because I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no idea. But my dad has quite a few moments on this race that I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to kill this man. But it's gonna get. He's hilarious. He's meant for this. He really was.
I think he and Izzy are like the 2 funniest people on this.
Oh, Izzy is so hilarious, and Natalie too.
Natalie's funny. She's so funny.
Natalie is hilarious. She's like, I saw my time. I saw it. I'm like, Natalie,
what she said. Hand out for the clue. I saw my time.
I love her were so
What was it? It has to lie flat. It has to lie flat. It has to lie flat. It has to lie flat.
I love her so much.
Man.
And then can we talk about Hannah and Simone, their exit?
I don't want to. We can talk about it now though. Okay, so when we got to our hotel room, so I'll give you a little behind the scenes. Little tea. So when we finished in second place, when you get to a pit stop, you gotta break it down. When you get to a pit stop, there's like a little snack area that you get escorted to, where you can pick up snacks, you have to sign off paperwork, and then they'll escort you to a shuttle, or sometimes you'll walk off to a little area to do your interview about the entire leg. And so for this leg, we had like in that old medieval ancient tower that you saw, they took us to a room inside that tower for snacks, sandwiches, paperwork. And so we finished so close behind Tucker and Eric that they were still in there. And so we get on the same shuttle as Tucker and Eric to go do our interviews. So we're off, like on the shuttle in a totally different location. We have no idea. No, we knew Jag and Jazz was behind us because we saw them. Like they ran all the way up the tower and we're like Timbuktu. Literally, we were on the mat and they're up here like, hey guys! And we're like, you gotta go that
so
way.
funny.
And then you gotta go down that, and then you gotta make another turn, and then you gotta go up. So by the time we cleared the mat, it was gonna be a while. So anyway, we get in a shuttle with Tucker and Eric. Mind you, when we walk in and see Tucker and Eric, they're like, congrats guys. We're like, we're so happy to see you.
I'm staying out of it.
We were happy. We were happy to see them. Color me surprised. So anyway, I'm taking a long time to get to Hannah and Simone. So we go in a shuttle. We're off on another location to do the interviews, which you remember, Chelsea. And so we only saw Tucker and Eric and then us during our interviews. And then we saw Jag and Jazz come in and get placed for their interview as we were finishing ours. So those are the only two that we knew where they placed whatever. And so for our, we had like one day off, I think, before the next day. Yeah. And so we're in the hotel and we're like, okay, so what do you think happened? I peeked my head out on the window, looking right and left. I was like, maybe.
Of course you did.
The one time I did. It was the one time I did. I was like, maybe some other people will be out there. Ain't nobody on the windows.
Nobody.
I'm like trying to listen in the hallway, like what voices do I hear? And so we were like, okay, so Izzy and Paige and Rubina and Christine were the ones that U-turned. So Rubina and Christine are definitely the ones that went home between the two of them because Izzy and Paige are a really strong team. Like, yeah, that's definitely what happened. And then I remember on our off day, it just kind of hit Kylan, just out of nowhere. Like, that sort of vision, he was like, oh my God. Hannah and Simone could have gone home. And I was like, what? No, that could never happen. He was like, no, like that building challenge. Like, I don't know. I think Simone probably did it. And Simone's like not a builder. I could see her struggling with it. And I was like, quit worrying. I don't think so. And he's like, I don't know. I was like, it's Christina Ravine. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yes, we thought it was. Here's the thing. I put my ear to the door because I too was trying to see who got eliminated. So my ears to the door trying to hear voices because we heard somebody get back to the hotel. But we heard Simone and
Jack and Chat BCC talking about what's the tomato emoji mean.
Oh my dad?
Yes.
No, Dad, get off the internet. Oh my God. I can't take him nowhere.
Anyway. Wait, I'm old school. What does the tomato emoji mean? It means boo.
God, you guys.
That's old school for you. Throwing tomatoes, baby.
My God, see, who let him into the chat? We don't know. So, anyways, I hear Simone and Hannah, and I'm thinking, oh, definitely Rubina and Christine got eliminated. That's what I thought because I heard, but I forgot everybody goes back to the hotel regardless of if you win or lose. Yeah. So it was just watching that was so devastating. I am not okay.
No, that sucked. And like, even with I did not think they were going to put the little comment that I said about like makes you sick to my stomach, and at the actual U-turn board, and I was like, oh, I'm getting targeted, because it was at that interview. Well, first.
Oh God.
First, when we got to the U-turn board, obviously I'm happy that I'm not U-turned, but I see who's U-turned, and I hit the U-turn board. I go, fuck! It was.
I wish they showed that.
But here's the thing: when I think about it, like, and even in just the things I'm getting tagged in, like chat BCC, very positive, right? Like, yes, call it out. Yeah, everywhere else, social media, it's like, what are you complaining for? And all the rest of the teams in the back were majority women. What did you expect them to do? You're making a whole performative thing about sexism. And I'm like, I'm just acknowledging something, but also being frustrated that I benefit from it, but also calling something out.
Yeah.
But I think that if they put all of that like raw anger that I expressed into it, it wouldn't make sense given the position that we were
in.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's the narrative. Like, what's more important is Kyle and I went in there freshly, top of the pack, jumped to second place. So, like, a small nod at my frustration is important, but the actual rage that I showed, because
they didn't air it.
Baby, I hit the fuck out of that board. I said,
I wish, but I think, there's saving up some stuff for what might be shown in the future. So I think they're working up the storytelling also. Yeah.
It's an edited show, so I don't know. Yeah. We gonna see.
People legit think that we're racing. Some people are like, we thought you were in Europe. I'm like, this has to be a joke.
Yeah. It would be interesting if it were in real time, but no, we did this in March.
This is not Big Brother. Yeah, March to April.
They filmed 39 just now. They just finished wrapping like a couple days ago.
Yes. And like the stuff that they're doing, insanely dope. And we're sitting here like, I remember all of us on the European adventure. We were like, we all looked at each other like, and what else?
He said, okay, Phil goes, you racers will be racing through Europe. We said,
nobody clapped.
Did you say, where else did you say we're going? Europe. Oh, okay.
We were expecting differently. We're grateful, but we are expecting differently.
He said, do you remember, oh my God, I'll never forget this. Do you remember at the start line when, so Phil says like a lot of kind of filler stuff to pad the episode or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he said something like, these racers will be racing through Europe, what do you say, like the birthplace of civilization.
Yes.
And we were all, mind you, super, super diverse cast. We were all like, ew. We were like, I don't like that. Literally, everyone's like, yuck. Oh, that's weird. Ew. I don't like that. And then you hear him do another take where he's like, I think he said like, Europe, the birthplace of democracy.
Yes.
And then I think he goes like, Europe, one of the most diverse continents in the world.
They were probably like, oh, it's going to be a long season with these jokers. That is so funny. Yeah, because nobody reacted. Everybody was like,
we said, ew.
Did you expect us to like throw confetti? No. Oh my God. That's when Phil knew, oh, this is about to be a cast.
Yeah.
That's when we should have knew things about to get crazy.
Oh my God. Did you and your dad, it's weird calling your dad Jack to your face. You know? Did you and your dad get lost going from go-karts to the pit stop?
No, because we were there for so long. A lady was a fan of the show. She knew me. She was like, I'm going to go. She looks up the plane. She's like, I'm going to go to the pit stop and I'm going to write down the exact directions for you guys. So she left And it took me that long. She left to go find where the pit stop is. She runs all the way back and gives my dad exact. Now we ran past it, like maybe 10 feet past it,
Like you
and
get
I'm
the
like,
bridge a little bit.
yeah, we ran like right when you go out that fort, right past the police guy, right out the fort, and there's like the street. We ran in the street and then turned back around and saw it. So, but she gave us exact directions on where to go. We did not get lost like Joseph and what were Joseph and Adam doing? Climbing to the very top of the highest fort.
Not okay. So again, so when Tucker, Eric, and Kyle and I were being escorted over to the whatever, this time it was like an annoying filming location for our interviews. We had to take a shuttle to another place that was by the cliffs, by the water, by whatever. So we're off to the side waiting on the shuttle. On one side in front of me, I see Christine and Rubina with the net and the chum. And you're so like Tucker, was it Tucker that like had here go Joseph.
Oh god.
The culprit himself.
We're talking about you.
Tucker, I think it was Tucker, had the net like over one shoulder. Here you go.
There you are.
Here you go.
Yo, oh my god, I have tears, man. That was tough. I'm such an ass.
That was so tough.
Dude,
The
Hannah and
scenes that
Simone are so
U-turned were in the
sweet. Chelsea,
back.
even you, that was rough. Oh my god, of course there'll be the one time me and Adam, like our friends and family surprised us with a watch party. When they saw us U-turn, we got booed so hard. We were like, ah!
Like the Mr. Krabs meme.
Oh my god, no, our dad already saw it and he was like, why are you, shame on you. I was like, oh Baba, please, you don't understand the dynamic. By the way, our connection cut out. Did they show Rubina, and we missed like the first half, did they show Rubina and Christine steal our taxi?
No.
I missed the first like 30 minutes. I didn't see
No, it was real. Oh, I mean, I won't spill the tea on the airport situation, but if y'all want Joseph, you don't work for Paramount. You want to tell the people how the airport works this time?
Oh, how the flight there? Oh, don't.
Wait,
Yeah.
what happened?
Well, no, because like,
What do you mean? What happened, Chelsea? You were there.
well, I mean, yeah,
I don't care.
the turbulence was crazy, but I'm talking about how like it was a unique flight.
What do you unique in the fact that we were all praying for our lives? That
When we landed, yeah, we almost died.
Okay, yes, it was yes, but I'm talking about you're not picking up. He's not picking up. What I'm putting
He's
down.
not. Neither
No.
am I. What happened?
Oh,
yeah, I don't.
you remember like it was a.
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I said Joseph, you did the girls wrong. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. So there, I know I'm actually so heartbroken. So me and Adam, for
At what he
you
did.
guys don't realize, they make the edit really quick. So we're arguing with Jag and Jas. We start to be like, okay, we shouldn't U-turn anyone. Let's go. Jag and Jas go, no, we're U-turning Izzy and Paige, and we're like, no. If you're gonna U-turn Izzy and Paige, then we're gonna U-turn somebody to save Izzy and Paige because we like Izzy and Paige. So we're also thinking of Hannah and Simone. Taylor, you're behind me. So I'm also thinking if I don't fill this board, Taylor's gonna get put up on here. So Jag and Jas, it's a blitz of a second. They're like, you guys need to make a decision. We're doing Izzy and Paige, and they were like, then you guys just have to do Rubina and Christine. And me and Adam were like, well, we don't want to do that either. But then, quickly, which I don't think they got this shot, me and Adam on our way to Dubrovnik, we had a taxi. Christine and Rubina jump in the taxi and steal it from us. Me and Adam are putting our backpacks in the trunk. They jump in it and they tell the taxi driver to go. And me and Adam have to pull our backpacks out, and we're standing there stranded. And we were like, oh, damn, they're playing tough.
And they're small and quick.
Quick.
Yeah.
So me and Adam were like, we watched them just bolt. So we were like, oh, okay, like they're playing. We respected it. We didn't even knock it. We were like, good for them. Like, if you can steal a taxi, steal a taxi. But now when we're at the U-turn board, we're thinking of Hannah and Simone, who we're watching suffer. Taylor, we're thinking of you as well, who's right behind me, which I don't know where you're at, Taylor. So I'm like, if anyone gets to this board, Chelsea included, I was like, she's probably going to be like, there's too many winners on this season. Boom,
Fair.
Taylor. So I was like, and I was like, I got to throw a lifeline to Izzy and Paige. I got to try and help Hannah and Simone and as well as Taylor. And I'm also thinking, Tucker's in the lead, and I'm like, you know what? This showman, Tucker and Rubina are locked in. You know what? There ain't enough room for too many Big Brother show like romance. That's kind of what's going through our mind, and they're not showing it, but the whole time, me and Adam are going back and forth with Jag and Jazz. We're like, hey, if we get to that U-turn board, like, we should debate, like, just letting this kind of play out. Just get disconnected. They basically told us, like, we're going with Izzy and Paige, and we're telling them, like, if you do that, we're gonna have to throw them a lifeline. And that's kind of what happens when we get there at this point in the game. Chelsea, I don't know if I even told you this right before this on one of the trains. I had a really emotional conversation with your dad, and he was just telling us about, I don't know if he ever told you this, but I haven't really had a chance to talk to Rubina and Christine yet. And I had a really emotional conversation with your dad, and he was telling me about how much this meant for him to race with his daughter, and like him putting himself out here, and how hard it is for him, and like how he really is like excited. He was talking about your siblings and how much you guys all mean to him. So I'm like, I can't put Jack up there right now. Like I was like, I don't know if that man big brothered me. I don't know what it was, but he was like, growing up as a firefighter, like I was always busy, and he was just telling me so much about your guys' childhood and how much this means to him. Yeah, we had a really emotional connection. He was talking about your brother, he was talking about you guys, and me and him really connected on that train ride, which of course they can't put this all in the edit. So I was like, I'm not putting my man Jack out there. He needs to spend more time with his daughter. I was like, my man Jack got to spend time with his daughter. And then I'm thinking, but then I was like, I wouldn't put it past Chelsea to get to this board and be like, nah, like I won Big Brother. I know how this goes. I'm gonna.
I knew that I was gonna put up easily Jag, because Izzy and Paige and I talked about it at the airport as we were boarding. We were like whispering in each other's ear. If we get to the U-turn, who are we gonna do? I said Jag, Jazz, or Eric and Tucker. I think people assumed me and Tucker were working together, and we weren't.
Yeah.
I was gonna put all of them up simply because they kept finishing first and second.
Yeah, we thought BB26, we thought you, Rubina, and Tucker were like somewhat working together, like not locked in, but in some capacity looking out for each other. And then for us, it was obviously we were looking out for Taylor. We were also looking out for Hannah Simone. Honestly, we by extension, me and Adam, Izzy and Paige we just respected Izzy and Paige so much. I mean, you guys remember this. Those two were running their own damn race. They had the least connections. They were minding their business. You guys had 26. We all had somewhat of connections. But Izzy and Paige were really genuinely on the outskirts. Like most of the time in the train rides and everything, those two, and me and Adam would watch that. And Adam really loved Izzy and Paige. Like he didn't really know the dynamics of all of us. And he goes, I don't really know the Izzy and Paige duo, but I have so much respect for them because they are doing their own thing. So when Jag and Jas were like, we're going for Izzy and Paige, Adam and me looked at it and we were like, we cannot leave them just stranded like that. Like they've been working so hard. They have the least connections here. Like we have to throw them a lifeline. And then determining then the second thing we're thinking of is we're like, if we let Chelsea get to this U-turn board, she can do Hannah and Simone. Because remember, you're BB26. So we were like, she might do Hannah Simone. She might do Taylor Kyland. Like we were like, we got to fill up this space.
Dang. But then, with the teams left, because
for the plot, it made sense. Like for the drama, for the plot of it, it made sense for like either Jag and Jazz to U-turn Izzy and Paige or vice versa. But for the actual cards on the table, I think it would have been the smartest move if Jag and Jazz U-turned Tucker and Eric, because
we wouldn't have U-turned anyone. We would have just kept running. The only way we would maybe, if Jag and Jazz passed us, we maybe would burn it as well to protect you and Hannah and Simone. Yeah. So, but once Izzy and Paige were left out to dry, me and Adam looked at each other, and because they're not showing this, but the whole time Jag and Jazz are like, if we get to the board and we can U-turn Izzy and Paige, then we're going to do that. And me and Adam are pushing back on that, but they're not really being receptive to it. And when they get to the board, me and Adam agree. We're like, we need to figure it out. If Izzy and Paige are U-turned, we're throwing them a lifeline. Like, regardless, we have to put another team in there. And that's why
it stemmed from a personal U-turn, and then the following decisions ended up being strategy. But like, depending on if you guys or you guys or Jag and Jazz hit the board first, it could have been either of you U-turning Tucker and Eric, and then one of you U-turning the other team. Like, either if you guys U-turn Jag and Jazz, and then that like clears the board, nobody has ball in their hands. And
yes, that's, and so because it was so chaotic, and the wave, I'll never forget that moment. The waves are crashing. Natalie and Stephanie are like, we're leaving. Then me and Adam say we're leaving too, which doesn't make the edit. We basically go, we're going with Natalie, Stephanie. Jag and Jazz goes, okay, we're doing Izzy and Paige. And if we're going to do Izzy and Paige, knowing we kind of agreed if they do a team, we're then going to throw a lifeline in some capacity. They were like, okay, then you guys have to do Rubina and Christine. Because we kind of already mapped it out. Like, if you guys are going to do Izzy and Paige, we're going to do Rubina and Christine. Or we're going to just all leave this board. Like, it's up to you. Like, we were not going to let Izzy and Paige, and watching how bad Hannah and Simone were struggling, not throw lifelines. Like, at this point, and a huge reason, I cannot believe they don't air this, they were asking us the whole race, even in our post, how do you guys feel getting a taxi stolen from you? Like, that's low key between us Big Brother people. Like, that's grounds to be like, okay, so you playing. Like, full blown, even Rubina.
Did they see you guys though?
Yes. No, they full blown were just like, it's the race. Like, we laugh about it. I wrote it to her in the chat, BCC. I was like, you don't remember stealing my taxi? Like, we the whole time, it was a storyline. Like, right when we got in the taxi, they turned around, they were like, boys, how do you feel that you lost first because you lost your taxi? And we were like, damn, like, you guys gonna put salt in the wound? Like, so to us, we were just like, okay, Rubina and Christine are playing cutthroat. They're also very connected to Tucker and Eric, who are like two amazing competitors. So when we get to this U-turn board, we're just kind of like, and again, Rubina and Christine are playing well. They're placing on average like fairly close to us, if not better. So we have like complete respect for them, and them stealing our taxi. We're like, okay, well, we're not. They're playing, like, good for them. So we were just, and another thing, I was like, I am leaving this board to Chelsea. I was like, I see what this girl does. I was like, I see what this girl does. If you leave her just in, she be winning things. I was like, I'm not gonna let Chelsea have a power. I'm respectfully. I was like, I'm not gonna have Chelsea have a power, but alternatively, I was like, Jack needs more time with his daughter. Like, this man is here.
Yes, my dad saved us. Praise
And by the way, Jack was like complaining about how bad his knees were, and I mean, he's made comments about it in the show where he's like, I've watched Jack, by the way, because people are like, Jack would full blown be like, I'm not doing this because I don't feel like it and I'm in pain. Chelsea, you're up. Like, I was like,
the whole race, y'all. The whole race. He hurt his Achilles. He hurt both his kneecaps, leg 2, and then he hurt his Achilles, leg 4. So right before this leg. So we'd get back to the hotel immediately. This dude is iced up from head to toe. Like, he was not well the first half of the race, and then it was just bad. So yes, he was struggling very bad. There would be no chance. You're doing this because I can't.
How old is he?
57.
That's what I'm saying. My knees were hurting. Like, I was like, I was complaining about my knees.
I know. That's fair.
God, no. Kylan had to like dig in and get all the knots out of my body after the leg. I was like screaming into a pillow in pain because my body was so jacked up after all these legs. It was,
it's hard for young people who are in shape and healthy, let alone somebody in their 50s.
It was very difficult. Yeah, my body was aching. Like, I was begging for ibuprofen, like medicine. I was in so much pain. And what's another thing I was so interested they didn't show, which really played in a lot this episode, was Adam's blood sugar. I don't know. I didn't really see you guys. I don't know if I remember telling you this, Chelsea, but Adam's blood sugar if you notice, I'm carrying all the nets and Adam's like, can I help you? His sugar crashed on this race. It was so bad specifically here that Adam, when we had to do the nets, he was like, please let me help you. And I could hear his alarm going off. So Adam has like a beep that means it's an emergency. And I could hear the beep, but he's pretending that that's not going on. So I was like, Adam, don't touch anything. Don't hold anything. Please just drink your sugar and go. So that was factoring into like a lot of when me and him were trying to determine, like, for example, Adam was supposed to do carts, but the reason when we got there, he was like, Yusuf, I need time to get my sugar up. I can't do the competition. So we agreed that he would do whatever the upcoming challenge is. But when we got there, he was like, I'm sorry, we've been running so much all day that like my sugar's really low. I can't focus. So that's how I end up doing the cart. And so we just, between that and then the navigation and the chaos, like I think in the next episode, which hopefully they'll show, this is around the time we have to trash Adam's backpack because this leg was so difficult with his, due to his blood sugar being so low. And when I had the nets and Adam's blood sugar was low, I was like, give me your backpack, give me the nets, like give me everything. So we then realized like we cannot have Adam holding a backpack. Like when his sugar goes low, he needs to be like re-energizing and still moving. He shouldn't have any weight on him. And I was surprised none of that was factored in because next episode, if you notice, we won't have that second backpack, which is really going to limit our supplies because we had to consolidate everything into one.
You may have to consolidate before the race even started, right?
Yeah, because we're carrying all of Adam's medicine. So Adam's backpack right now is just full of his medicine. And then our backpack is just whatever clothes me and him can fit with supplies in one backpack. So then next leg, when right now we're trashing Adam's backpack and moving all his medicine into mine, which means we have to trash a ton of our clothes and some of our food and supplies so we can fit the medicine and our clothes. So going forward, you will notice me and Adam are wearing like the same exact thing from this leg forward.
I mean, I was out,
yeah, you guys were rocking the purple too. Like that was a. By the way, Chelsea, shout out to you for the. I remember you telling me you were going down that a lot. Like honestly, just shout out to all the ladies at the end of this. That was a tough leg, especially the weight dynamic that we didn't, like people weren't factoring in. And you guys, it was difficult for, I mean, even like I can't even imagine what you guys were dealing with because even for the guys, like we're heavier and we were moving a little quicker. And I made it with like 0.1 second, which they didn't show. My cart exploded.
They didn't show mine either. So
yeah, yours exploded off. Yeah, no, I'm not joking, Taylor. I'm seriously not joking. I was laying on the floor, like you know in Family Guy when someone like falls in their hands behind the back. I crashed into the wall and crashed because I was gonna crash. No joke, I was gonna crash out because I destroyed my cart. I'm looking at my cart in pieces. I don't know if I made it, and our cart's like broken to a bunch of pieces. And I'm laying there and I'm like, if I don't hear Adam scream, I'm going to cry because I can't build another cart. Like there's just no way we're gonna. And I hear Adam go, yeah! And that's when you see me run and hug the lady. I hugged her because I was like, oh my god, like we're still in the game.
Even building the cart was kind of difficult because the example wasn't necessarily how it like built the same as how.
Y'all see this dog?
Oh, Benji boy. Benji boy
sees dogs and Charmin bears and he goes crazy.
Oh, Benji boy.
What?
Pick him up, Taylor. Pick him up. Come here, Benji. Please.
No, he's got the Charmin bears are on. That's his show.
He's so cute. Make him do the little dance thing I do with him.
Crazy work.
Benji, come dance.
Benji. Okay, guys, there's no more dogs.
Benji, come dance.
Come here, Baba.
Benji, come here. Yeah, Benji.
It's like my show is on. Shut up, y'all.
Yeah, shut up.
Benji, come here.
Yeah, him not. Benji.
Look,
Oh, he's locked in. He usually is like ready to go. Yeah. Taylor, make him dance. Make him do the little dancing thing.
Okay, I'll show you when he starts dancing.
Okay, yeah, when he's too distracted right now.
Okay, I'll show you how he does it.
Yeah, please, Benji. Benji, dance. Come on, Benji. He always.
not Benji dancing.
Yeah, he has this cute little wiggle we do every time I see him. Yeah, he's too hyped right now. He's not gonna.
Taylor's saying Charmin Bears is his show is crazy work.
Well, I love how Benji completely derailed our tart conversation in 2 seconds.
I know, right?
Yeah, Benji completely derailed. What else was going on in behind the scenes on this episode? Which is another behind the scenes thing. I cannot believe they did not show me and Taylor, me and Adam in the wrong.
Okay, wait.
Taylor,
This is what we were talking
about
about.
that.
This is what we were just about to talk about when you came in. Okay. So
this is insane.
literally, okay, so we see, I have to tell it from my perspective first, and then you gotta tell your version, okay?
This is so insane.
So we see, right, back to where we were. We're off on the interview space. We don't know who's around, but no, before then. So we're standing off on the side. After the little room where you get your snacky snacks, when they had us stand off to the side to wait for our shuttles. We're literally crossed over a little bridge. We're out of the tower. And it's me, Kylan, Tucker, Eric, and our crews.
Oh, I'm never going to forget
Coming
this.
towards me, I see Rubina and Christine carrying this heavy-ass net and bucket of chum. And I think that's when, for me, that's when I was like, oh, fuck this. Like, because you see these tiny women.
Oh my God. I would have helped them if I saw them.
Like, watching Tucker and Eric haul ass with the bucket and the net, super impressive, but expected, right? Then you see these tiny, mighty women just like...
Ugh, I love them too, so I was so upset. I swear if I caught them, I would have done it for them. I would have been like, sorry, I take it back.
You couldn't afford that. So you see them just like struggling with this net and the chum. And so when you finish your leg, you guys, you can't say anything to the teams that are still racing. So they're kind of like waddling by, looking so downtrodden. And I look over at Tucker and Eric and I was like, are you guys okay? That was really hard to watch. And they were like, just like they were stunned. Like it was really, really hard to see it. So we see that coming towards us. Then,
oh my God, karma got us so good.
Then, thing one and thing two come running up behind
Tweedledee and Tweedledoo.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum come running up.
Flying. We are flying.
Yes. They're running. They cross over the bridge. So, mind you, for all of you who were watching the Croatia live feeds, the Dubrovnik live feeds, because I know y'all was out there. When you ran into Bokar Tower, there's a little area you had to turn and run to the left to go into the tower.
Correct.
If you kept going straight, you crossed over a bridge and further into... Basically, you were exiting Old Town Dubrovnik. You were in, like, Dubrovnik proper, basically.
Correct.
So, Joseph and Adam run right past the four of us.
Oh, my God.
And we're kind of on the side, like...
And one of you were, like, eating ice cream or something, too. Like, we're, like...
No, it was only the crew. The crew went over to get ice cream.
Oh, okay.
And they were eating ice cream in front of us. And I was like, damn, that looks kind of good. Anyway, so the Tweedledee and Tweedledum run over across the bridge, and we're like...
And they have to poker face us, so we fly. And keep in mind, we're looking around, so we're like, oh shit, we must be in the right area. Like, here's the winners.
Real close.
So there's a gate. Keep going.
Yeah. So we see Joseph and Adam talk to a tour group. A big group of people with a tour guide. And me and Colin were like, okay, they're going to get directions. They're like talking to a big group of people.
We're right by the tower. We are maybe inches away.
The tower is like, they've passed the tower. You guys have passed the tower. You're over the bridge. You're on the other side. All you have to do
is U-turn.
Go back over the bridge at that point and make a right, and you're at the...
We're a couple feet away from Phil, basically.
No, you're not a couple feet away.
No, if once you go back and make that right, you just shoot down the tunnel. Yeah. What I mean is once you are in front of that tunnel, Phil is just directly down that hallway.
So they're not down the hallway. They're past the bridge. They're on the other side. They're talking to a tour group, and we're all like, okay, they're going to be great. They take a couple seconds. Sounds like they get directions, verbal directions. I don't know if it's off the phone, whatever. And then we hear a bunch of people go, woo!
Yes, go win. They were cheering us.
Big cheers. And Joseph and Adam go down some stairs in the wrong direction.
Into an alley.
Four of us go, no.
We're not. They watched us in real time. So me and Adam went up to the tour guide and I said, hey, I'm looking for this tower. We said the tower name. Adam had it written down. And she goes, oh yeah, I'm a tour guide. I do Game of Thrones tours. And I know exactly where this tower is. She goes, you're going to go down this alley, take a right, and that's the tower, and you'll see the tower. So me and Adam are like, okay, like we'll do that. I was like, can I see your phone really quick? And she kind of was baffled. Like I'm asking a tour guide because after Budapest, I'm like, I need to be verifying your guys' directions because I learned the hard way. Y'all be sending me places I don't need to be going. Well. So she like looks at me with her tour group. Like, how are you gonna like fact check me right now? Like I know. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. So then the tour guide is like, go win, go guys. And we just run down this alley further in the wrong direction. We run down this alley, and me and Adam reach the ocean, and we find this tower she's talking about. The ocean waves are crashing over the staircase to go up the tower. And I look at Adam, and I'm like, Adam, I have a bad feeling about this because there's no way the race, that is so dangerous. I don't think the race would like not say anything about us. Like if me and Adam had to time it, that if you didn't time it properly, the wave would smash you against the wall and the water would drag you into the ocean. So me and Adam look at each other and we're like, but this is a beautiful tower. And me and Adam look at each other and we're like, but this is a really beautiful tower. The tour guide told us this is the tower, and that looks like something Phil would be at the top of. So we're like, okay, this has to be, and we're looking at our crew because I'm not joking, it is that unsafe that we're like, maybe we'll get a hint from the crew that like y'all can't go up that tower. So the crew obviously does poker face, doesn't give us any hint. So we wait for a huge wave, crashes against the staircase, and then we run up the staircase, and it was such a tall tower. I'll clip and find the tower we're on top. They use it a lot in the promos because it's the highest point in Croatia. We run up the tower and security stops us and goes, what are you guys doing here? This is closed. But the guy had an accent and there was a language barrier. He goes, this is all closed clearly because the weather. And he was looking at us like, how the hell did you get up here? How'd you get past that staircase with the ocean? And we were like, oh, don't worry about us. We're part of production. Like we're going to find Phil at the top. And the guy's looking at our crew.
About us is crazy.
Yeah, the guy's looking at our crew. And he goes, the guy's staring at our crew. And he's like, keep in mind, like teams are finishing. Like me and Adam are now in the middle of nowhere. And the guy's looking at our crew and he goes like, what? And I go, yeah, see TV show camera. So he goes, I guess, like go through. So security lets us through into this tower that's closed off. And I can just tell our camera crew was like, oh, this is getting worse by the second. Oh. So we run up the tower and we're looking around and I'm like, this is empty. Like what's going on?
They're probably like, oh, we're
yeah. And keep in mind, this
we're looking at the tracker like
this was I know production was looking at the tracker and we're like, why are the Abdin's elevation getting really high? So we keep running up the tower, running up the tower, running up the tower. We get all the way to the top. It's the tallest tower in all of Croatia.
Mind you, your diabetic brother.
Yeah, Adam's sugar is low. We need to conserve energy. Adam's sugar is low, and we're on the top of the tower, panting and looking. And now, how this tower is built is it's like a shoehorn. So the ocean is in between us and a medium-sized tower. We get to the top, and we're like, oh my God, where are we? We're in the wrong place. I swear we were so high up in Croatia. We found Phil in another tower because we were so high up this tower that we could see Phil standing on the mat in the tower across the ocean. Because remember, there was a bridge. So we cross the bridge, we look over the ocean, and we can see Phil staring and looking back at us. And our crew looks at us and he goes, that's, I think, the first time ever in Amazing Race history someone located Phil from being at the highest vantage point in the country and finding Phil from that.
They should have aired that. I get there's not a lot of time, but that's hilarious.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
So much Disney Bell.
So Jag and Jazz did a similar thing. So, like, there was, like we said earlier, when you turned into Bokar Tower, the tower where we were supposed to go, there was actually basically like a fork in the road. And the clue itself, that tricky little motherfucking clue, they did this on purpose. Yes. The clue said, go all the way to the top of the tower.
Yes.
So when you go into this little space, you can make a right.
Yes.
Which is just like a straightaway path with 3 tiny little steps. Or you can go left, which has steps that go all the way up and like a long way that you go up and up and up. And so I remember Tyler and I were there and he goes, which way should we go? And I read the clue and it said, it says go all the way up. So I guess it's this way. And he goes, yes, the clue says all the way up. So we go up the wrong steps. We run down the wrong ways. We go further up and further up and further up. And finally we get to a point where I'm like, Kylan, there is a sign that says Bokar Tower is the way we just came. and you want to, not, I'm blaming him, that's not necessary, but I'm like, if we keep running up this way, we're going to give up our second place finish or, you know, whatever lead we have right now. We have to turn back around. We turn back around, we get to the pit stop, we're in second place. And within minutes of us talking to Phil, we hear some ruckus up above and behind us. And it's Jag and Jazz. They ran the same way that we went earlier. They just kept going up and up and up. And they're literally waving to us from that high point that we just like turned around. And so we're like, holy shit. Like that's so you and Jag and Jazz, you guys and Jag and Jazz were both at different vantage points, like, oh, like,
finding Phil from a vantage point. Yeah, no, it was insane. I see people in the chat saying, yeah, that was the tower. It was Mencita Tower, and we were looking for Fort Boker. And the tour guide told us that was Fort Boker. She was like, that is the, she goes, that's the one, like, I know what you're talking about. And apparently, when me and Adam got there, we were like, oh my God, this tower was used in Game of Thrones. Like, they're so cool for the overlap. And when we got to the top, I'm like, oh my God, there was Game of Thrones was shot here. By the way, me and Adam got lost a lot in Croatia. We have seen unintentionally almost every Game of Thrones spot where they recorded something because we were so lost in Croatia at times that we saw all the Game of Thrones vanity points by accident. So, like, I remember in our group chat, I sent it, I was like, guys, look how cool this is. We were here and we saw all these Game of Thrones things. And everyone else was like, no, we didn't see any of that, Joseph. You and Adam saw that stuff. But
was that the worst that you guys got lost?
What?
Was that the worst that you guys have gotten lost?
You know what's funny? I want to say that's probably the most confident we were lost. But that was like, it wasn't the worst because it got fixed quickly when we got to the top. By the way, in production's defense, they tried to hide Phil. They didn't want us to like figure out that's
do that frequently. They would usually be like, okay, Phil, like go off this way or go off that way. We don't want you to know until like you're approaching.
Yeah, they didn't want us to like
context clues will get you that once you hear that drone. That's where you stop and you're like, all right.
The drone. Yes, we're like, okay, we see the drone. It's somewhere.
You hear the drone, and then when you see like the cameras that are positioned, you're like, all right,
we're close.
You're like a pig snuffing for truffles. I'm like, all right.
Well, keep in mind, our crew at some point, it was so many stairs that our crew at one point could not keep up with us. So me and Adam, when we recognized the camera crew wasn't behind us, we were like, oh, it's because they have all the cameras waiting for us at the top, and we just kept going up. And we went all the way to the top of this tower, and Adam looks at me and he goes, dude, my blood sugar is plummeting because of that. And I was like, and so our morale is dropping, and then all we see is we look out to the side and we see Phil and all of them trying to hide in the other tower. And that was all the boost we needed. We were like, whoa! We came running down. We had to wait, obviously, for the waves, because literally once we realized we were in the wrong tower, I looked at the crew and was like, oh my God, guys, we put you guys at risk to run through this. And they were like, yeah, that was, we were hoping you realized like we would not have a pit stop where the ocean is overcoming the staircase at different times in the day. And I was like, you know, I thought it, and it did cross my mind. I'm going to be completely honest.
You're like, this is so nice. Phil should be here.
Yeah, and I swear, by the way, I was so happy when we ran back. Taylor, you guys were all gone, because I was like, I can't look them dead in the eye coming back out of the alleyway in the wrong direction. Knowing you guys finished and watched us run in a different direction, like I was like, ah, shit.
Well, we would have cheered for you, like because that's what we were worried about, because all four of us had to go and get on the shuttle and be like,
yeah. So you don't know
what happened to them.
Yeah. Which is what's so crazy. You don't know if we ever finished. You don't know what place we have. Like, we are all so lost in this. For everyone,
mind you, still came in fourth place.
Us, yeah, I know. That's actually that people keep
we were there for hours trying to at least 3-4 hours.
People keep wondering why me and Adam are like freaking out. The nonsense. Like, I mean, we all knew it. Team 7, like me and Adam were known as the like delinquent squad. Like, most of the times if they were like, bro, let's just be so straightforward. If right now we called production and was like a team fucked up or shit hit the fan with a team, they're like Team 7. Even the cast, everyone was like, oh, Joseph and Adam did some shit again. Like, so we every time we realized we were still in the race, we were genuinely shocked. Like, I'm not joking. Our mom, who's watching the show now, oh my god, she would tell us, she was like, every week that went by and you guys did not come home, she was like, I prayed to God that like you were just still alive. Like, I was like, wait, you didn't think I was like, you didn't think she was like, I was waiting for a phone call that like, you know, they lost you guys at sea or something. Like, she was like, that's why you guys were still in the race. Like, my mom's like a huge amazing race fan. I mean, you know this, she loves reality TV. So when she knows how difficult the race can be. So when she was like, oh God, Joseph and Adam are going on to this, every week we didn't show up at her doorstep, she was like, I hope they're okay. Like, God, I don't know what's going on. And now when she's watching the episode, she goes, oh, that makes sense. Like, you guys are falling forward. I was like, I guess.
Not she's thinking y'all are killing it. She's like, you guys might be dead.
Oh, yeah. No. She was like, oh my God. My mom was like, when we left, she told me, you know, not go win this. She was like, remember, it's the experience that counts. And me and Adam looked at each other, like, we side-eyed each other. We were like, it wasn't go get this money. It wasn't bring home the bag. It wasn't any of that. It was like, the experience is what matters, which is true. But it wasn't, she was 100% like, you guys, you know, it's all right if you're first boots. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all about the chance that you get to go on the show and represent and be proud and have a good time. So I was like, okay, thanks, Mama. So every week we didn't come home. She was like, what the hell's going on? But I swear, I don't know if you know this, my dad put a call out to be like, are they okay? Like, are they alive? Like, is everything okay?
What?
He put 2 calls out. My dad only put 2 calls out the entire time. One, and I'm never going to forget it, they came knocking on my door and they're like, your dad wants to know what the Wi-Fi password is because he cannot watch his Arabic TV shows. So they were like, can you please tell us what the Wi-Fi password is? Because your dad cannot get into the Wi-Fi and he's bombarding us about it. And I started dying. Like,
I didn't know that.
they woke me up in the middle of the night and was like, please give us the Wi-Fi password so your dad leaves us alone. That was the first check-in. That was only the first. And the second one was, how's Adam's diabetes? Like, Adam has an index that can monitor what his glucose level is. And so he sent them to tell us, like, give us the index so he can gauge how Adam's sugar is doing. Those are the only 2 times he checked in. Can I get the Wi-Fi password and what's Adam's glucose index? Like, that was it.
That is so funny. They actually woke you up for the Wi-Fi password.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It was the middle of the night and they were like, please, your dad's on a different time zone and we need to get him to stop blowing up our phones.
That is so fun. All right, my mom did not check on us once. She was glad that we were gone, probably.
She's in peace and quiet.
Yeah, right?
Oh my God, yeah, they were not. And obviously my family's so disconnected, like they didn't keep up with the spoilers or what's going on. So they genuinely winged it. They were like, I hope they're good. Like, I hope whatever's going on with them, they come back in one piece. And both of my parents are just like, as long as Adam's okay, we don't care. I was like, all right.
All right.
I was like, what?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this leg was hard. It was hard to watch. It was hard to do. I was so glad when that was over. So glad.
Wait, I'm watching the episode again, and I'm just like,
part one?
Wait, what? It's the very leaving the taxis to go to the airport, and this is such a small thing that I feel like only the 3 of us are gonna get. There's a camera angle. You know how they interview us in the cars on the way to wherever we're going? So we're talking to the camera through the rear view mirror. Like, me and Kylan are doing our interview looking at the mirror, and our camera guy is recording that. And I'm kind of like, that's an interesting shot. Like, who did that? It was Check Peter. Check Peter was our camera guy that leg. And like, of course, he's the one
that would do that rear view mirror shot.
I love that shot.
He's like, wait a second, I got something unique. Look at me this way.
Yeah. He loved like that. He was an artist with it. Like,
he was an artist.
I would be fighting for my life. I'm like, oh God, we're getting eliminated. We're in last place. He was like, say that to the review camera. I'm gonna angle it right there. I was like, man.
I was like, wait. I'm gonna get out the car.
Yeah.
Okay, now go.
And like, after one time, that's like cute. That's very cinematic. Great job. But after like every time we get in the car, you want to interview me through this mirror. I'm tired of it.
he had a
that was
vision. He was executing his visions. Like when me and Adam were sobbing, he would have that camera right under our snotty nose. Like he was like, and I was like,
Give me the bubble, baby. Give me the bubble.
yeah. He was like,
that was so.
head up while you're crying. I was like,
This is really
Yeah,
fun.
I didn't see the beginning of this episode, so I have no idea.
I know. I didn't see the beginning either. Right when I checked in was like getting close to the U-turn board.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, our connection was going in and out like from a lot of it. So it got choppy and then it got better towards the end of the episode. But oh my god, it should have been choppy during the Hannah and Simone segment because that was hard to breaking.
So hard to watch. Are you kidding me? I didn't think I was going to be that emotional.
God, when Hannah was like cheering her on at the finish line and everything, and Simone's always so happy. Like, oh my god, I wish they were able to stay. Oh.
That was hard.
Any of the crash outs that they didn't show yet? Oh my god! Well, this leg, crash outs, yes, and they're talking about crash outs that haven't happened yet or weren't shown. But this leg in particular, when Kylie and I ran the wrong way up the tower, so oh shit! I didn't tell my friend to watch. One of my close friends from college is from Dubrovnik, and his dad is from Propratno, which is where we go next week. I know.
Same.
You guys actually didn't tell him to watch. But anyway, when I caught up with him, he was like, "Did you enjoy the very slick stones? Did you fall around?" And I was like, "You know how many times I fell on my ass because the stones are naturally slippery. Like they're very, very.
And it was raining.
And then when it was raining on top of it was just like Wipeout City. And so when we were running down to get to the right pit stop location, I slipped and I went, Charlotte takes a tumble down some stairs. My nose, I had clues in my hand and my nose.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Kylan turns around, he's like concerned, Are you okay? And I was like, fine, whatever. Let's just go. Whatever.
That crash out cup slowly starts to build and build.
Oh,
and
it
build.
builds. Oh, what's
And it'll be the smallest thing that just gets you to crack. Oh my god.
I crashed out on my dad. Leg 2, where were we at? It was a lot of running.
Yeah, that's where I crashed out on Kylan and
Where were we?
Czech Republic.
Yes, Czech Republic. So we were trying to run to the pit stop, and he got directions from this guy. This guy's like, it's at the first run past the bridge is at the first island. So islands, didn't know what that. It wasn't an actual island. It's just what they called it out in.
It's a little bridge, you know.
Yeah. So my dad, we're running, and my dad drops the clue. He doesn't realize it, but he drops the clue, so we have no idea where we're running. And I crash it on my dad. I'm like, we've been running for 30 minutes aimlessly, and he was confident about this stupid island. He was running, and we get to the island. I'm like, Dad, where's the drone? Where's the camera crew? It is literally us and our people. This is not and he was confident. And I'm like, we're standing. Where's Phil? So I am going off on Jack Baham. Love him to death. And then that's why, Joseph, we saw you at that pit stop, and you were gonna tell us where to go. That was
Yeah. Oh, they jumped my ass.
And we didn't have our clue, so I forgot what the building was called. I didn't know what we were looking for, so we were running trying to find.
Oh yeah, they jumped my ass so hard. Right when I saw you, I was like, Chelsea Jack, and they were like, Joseph. I was like, oh shit.
Yes, they would not, and we needed all the help we can get. And then we going, and my dad throughout the race is just like asking them. You know the people who sit near the pit stop and they clearly can't tell you where to go? He'll sit there and have full conversations with them. I'm like, Dad, they're part of the crew. They can't tell you. Like, let's just keep looking. So me and my dad have so many crash outs that they didn't show. Thank God.
By the way, we kind of seen that you were crashing out at Jack at times, which by the way, that was another reason you guys didn't get U-turned, because we were like, Chelsea's like up to here with Jack. Like, Rubina and Christine love them, but they're a power duo. Like they're pushing through and they have a great dynamic. I was like, Chelsea is about to kill Jack any day now. Yeah, but part of us almost U-turned you to save Jack. Like we were like, we gotta get them out of here. Oh,
It killed me. The whole race. Oh my god.
Adam and I didn't have. We're just, I think, so lighthearted that there was never. I think the closest we got to being frustrated, which we actually just end up laughing, is in Netherlands. We get stuck in a neighborhood. Like we can't get out of a neighborhood. Like one of those complexes that are so nuanced, that, like with multiple turns. Like you're like, if I don't have a GPS, I can't get out of this neighborhood. We turn into one of those.
I know what neighborhood you were in.
It was like
We were in the
pinkish
same
or
neighborhood.
reddish, right? Yeah.
We were in the same neighborhood because we pulled up to a guy. He looked like a handyman. He like was working at it. He like was getting out of his truck with like a ladder.
I asked him for directions.
Yes, and he goes, I just talked to some friends of yours, multiple friends of yours.
That was us.
It wasn't just you. It was you and like 2 other teams that talked to him too.
We were trapped in that neighborhood, and then this is the part where me and Adam just looked at each other, but we were about to crash out, but we started laughing because that's kind of how we are. And we get out, and we pass the same neighbor 3 times. And I mean, you guys know this because we got the release for them to be on the show. We kept passing them, and we're like, oh, we're going to ask you for directions again because we're still in your neighborhood. Then one time we were like, okay, her directions aren't working. Let's try someone new. And keep in mind, me and Adam are kind of getting frustrated now because we're stuck in this neighborhood. It's a guy with a puppy. So we stop, and we're like, let's ask the guy with the dog. Adam and me both independently like play with the dog and think the other person is asking for directions. The guy with the dog leaves. We both think the other person asked for directions. We get in the car. There's no one around us. We're still in this neighborhood. It's the beginning of Amazing Race, so we think everyone's doing much better than us. And I'm like, okay, Adam, where are we going? He goes, I thought you got directions. And I was like, no, you got directions. And I was like, no, you got directions. And we both just played with the dog, lost the one person in the neighborhood for directions, and got back in the car. And we were like, we can't be, like, we don't got time for stuff like this. Like, we can't be doing.
They need to do Amazing Race like 38B, and it's just you and Adam the whole.
No. I think production would have a heart attack. Like I'm not joking. When me and Adam would come in, they were genuinely shocked. They were like, Tweedledee and Tweedledoo made it back. Like when we were debriefing, I could see in the side they were like, oh shit, Team 7's back. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I just would love to see the dynamic of you guys.
I mean, it's everything. It's like the little snippets you're getting, like the laughing, the crashing, the like mistakes. Like even I mean, we all know this. They can't put anything, but it's just full chaos 24/7. I mean, granted, it's our fault. Like when we got called for the race, me and Adam, you would think, okay, time to buckle up and prep and everything. We live about an hour and 30 minutes away with traffic, and Adam, being in law school, he had to like basically consolidate his semester in an express format so that he could go on the race. So he was so busy and stressed out, I could barely hear from him. And then I was merging my solo practice with my partners that I'm with now. So I was briefing them on the cases and preparing them for when I leave. So I was drowning in work as well. Next thing you know, we're both standing on Amazing Race like, all right, here goes nothing.
Yeah, I had just like got off Big Brother, so I was and then going straight into casting for this. Then my dad didn't know, he didn't like technology, so I'm doing casting for both he and I. It was just, we get to the race and I'm exhausted. Leg one, I can't do this anymore. And we hadn't even started, so that's why I crashed out on Jack a lot. I was just
but also like you really had to put, and this is not to take away from Jack at all. Like I think Jack is like one of my favorite people ever.
He's hilarious.
Like just he's so amazing. Like I can't wait for you guys to see more of him. But like you're running with someone in their 50s.
Yeah.
And like that Tucker and Eric are the first 2 teams to get somewhere. Or no. So let's say, because at that point Kyle and I were second. So we were like, let's say Tucker and Eric, who came in first, and me and Kylan get to an intersection. And we refuse to do the intersection with Tucker and Eric. And then we wait for like the next team and decide to do it with them. Can we pass the express pass and start like a chain of handing off the express pass with promise that you have to like basically gang up on someone? Like, can we get a chain going where we all pass the express pass down to whoever is last to get there. Then they do the intersection with Tucker and Eric, forcing them to be in last with them.
No freaking way.
And like, can we say, show up to this detour? Like, maybe we can find a way for you to get directions, or we'll just agree this is the detour that you should go to. We'll be there. Use your express pass. We'll have directions for the pit stop from there. And then, like, we make sure that you get there, and we make sure that, you know, Tucker and Eric in this scenario would be eliminated. So we were like, can you, basically the question was just, is the express pass transferable? And that was the scenario we were thinking of, but obviously there's like so many more depending on who's here, what time, whatever. And so one exec came down and they were like, I think I have an answer, but let me go confer. And so they had to have like a tete-a-tete with all the EPs, and they had to come back down and tell us the answer. And so whether or not it happened, we shall see.
That's the conversations y'all was having, getting back to the room. Literally, my dad's...
Every episode, but that was the one time we were like, that was like a one light bulb thing.
Oh my god! I was like, can you guys charge my whatever stipend we're on so I can get an extra patty on this burger? Meanwhile, I'm like, guys, I'm starving here. Like, I didn't eat all day. Can I get 2 patties on my burger, please?
No, yeah, it was.
And you're out here conniving the whole like next 7 moves, and I was like, can I get 2 patties in a microwave?
We also had something to like connive with, you know. So it's a little different.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Did you notice with every meal that we got in Croatia, they gave like a whole bottle of olive oil?
Yes, I was eating the olive oil.
Yes,
I was like, baby, you know this policy. I was up and down on that olive oil. Every time they were like, they would come in there, they were like, yo, what's up with this man? They're like, are you dabbing it in bread? I was like, hey, what do y'all know about this? Like, I would just dab it in bread. I was like, can I get a jar of olive oil? They were like, what the heck, you weirdo? Like.
We did no gaming when we got back. My dad would drink beer, ice, and I would watch TV, and that was it.
Yeah, Adam was not having any gaming or anything. By the time when he hit the bed, Adam would be sleeping until we get in the room. He'd fall asleep in the couch.
So pick up your phone. I don't know if it's like the position of your phone or something.
Boom.
He said boom, it's still bad.
You said boom, it said boom 4 more times after.
Boom, one time.
Is Joseph in an underwater cave? We think so, Madeline. We think so.
You know what? That olive oil was good. Like,
It was good.
There was one time they didn't bring olive oil with the meal, and I called them and I was like, "Can you bring that olive oil?" But we still had all the other jars of it, and I was like, don't skip me. Bring me my bottle.
What was the best thing you guys ate up until this point?
Probably I like the steak frite that was at the hotel in Prague the most.
I had the steak frites. It was good.
I'm not a picky eater. I like everything. I was like, fuck me up. Like, I was like,
no, you're a nasty eater. Let me tell you, this man was at my place in LA. He had a Chipotle bowl. He almost made Kylan throw up when he did this. So we had Chipotle at my place. He opened up one of those travel packs of sun-kissed tuna, like the couch.
Protein was down.
Yeah,
Kylan hates mixing his food.
The autism, like, food is very specific with that. And so it's like, it's not just what's on his plate, but like, seeing something unsettling can be very jarring for him.
Oh, he was.
And I almost wish I didn't say anything, because he wanted to notice. I wish I didn't say anything. This man gets a giant ass Chipotle bowl, rips open the pouch of tuna, puts it on top, and I go, did you just put a pouch of tuna on top of your Chipotle? He's stirring it in. Kyla looks over at him and
There's 17 grams of
protein. He's like gagging in the bathroom. Because
he really was. He really was. Like he was losing his mind. He was like, there's no way you're going to eat that. I was like,
but tuna on top of a Chipotle? Like, what did you have in your Chipotle bowl?
Well, I only had, because I had my tuna with me. I only had like rice and lettuce really in it. So I made, it was like a tuna salad almost. Like I was
That's
like,
even worse.
He's
Yeah,
lying to you.
it was rice, lettuce, tuna. I was like, whatever. It's like a tuna salad.
You had some sauce. You had some other stuff on that. That was a load. That bowl was big and
I think
heavy
it was the
and wet at
tomatoes
the bottom.
too. Yeah, like no, it was a bowl. Like I tried to make a tuna salad. It wasn't working out well for me, but it was the attempt that mattered. I'm not gonna lie, it was a hard swallow. Even for me, it was a rough eat, but I was like, okay, I gotta get my protein.
Poor Kylan was struggling.
I got Joseph, and he's eating over the sink because he doesn't want to spill anywhere. So he's eating this nasty concoction over the sink. I got Kylan like
Yeah.
gagging in the
He was dying in the
bathroom.
bathroom. He
And
definitely would
I'm
not come
standing
out.
there like horrified. I'm like, what is happening here?
Oh my god, it was so funny. Yeah, I was.
That was ridiculous.
And one thing, I have a huge appetite too. So like on the race, it was controlled because of all the stress. But when we would finally like loosen up and get to the hotel room, I would tell them, I'm like, whatever the other teams aren't eating, send that shit over here. Like, because we were all on the.
I was like, are they feeding teenagers? Because what's going on? We're grown, and if I'm hungry, not having enough food, I'm like, these grown men I know are suffering.
We were dying. I used to I would try and I would knock on the door and be like, hey, can I order room service? And they'd be like, what? No, get out of here.
That was like that was a moment in one. I think we were always really easy to get along with. I mean, like specifically everybody working on the race was like, oh my god, you guys are so polite and easy to get along with.
Yeah.
One time it almost went down with Beth. Kylan and Beth. It was into a
Not
stalemate,
Kylan
and I was
and Beth. No.
Oh, that's a battle to be seen. Oh,
that one was crazy because I rule follower. I'm like,
oh, I know you were so annoyed about it too. Like you were like,
well, here's the thing. If it makes sense, I don't like to argue too much against it. And this was a crazy thing where like we hadn't eaten in a very long time. It took the food forever to get there. The food got there cold. Like I swear, whatever we ordered was in a fridge.
Oh, I remember this.
That happened a couple times though. Even with breakfast, I'm like,
and
this
so
is
I remember
crazy.
That was crazy. And so I remember Kylan was like, I'm not eating this. And Beth was like, we can't be those ugly Americans that send food back.
And all
Kylan
of us
was
sent
like,
our food back though. All of us asked because Beth was pissed.
It was like the bad one.
I did not care. I ate it cold as fuck because I remember they came and thanked me for that. They're like, thanks for not having a hard time. Me and Adam were like, send the cold food into this room.
No, that was a like.
It was.
I remember that.
That shit was like that was a tough. Again, I'm the same guy eating the tuna salad thing over Chipotle, so I was like,
I will never forget that moment because I was like, it's okay, but also like double my size. Can we be reasonable here? But we'll ask nicely. It was getting tense. That's the one time I was like, no, it's fine.
And it wasn't like lukewarm. It was
no.
In the freezer.
No, this was worthy of being like,
yes.
Knock.
Yeah,
Can you
I'm
put it in
the
your
first
fridge?
person to never. I just hate to complain about anything or anything. But this was one where I was like, I'm having a hard time putting this down. I think other teams are probably complaining right now.
And Beth came and had talked to with all of us. Like, you get basically what you get is what you get.
Yeah, that was
asking. I was like, Beth.
She skipped us for that. She
I was
literally.
like,
She didn't give us that conversation. She was like, I know Team 7. Put in the hyena.
But like we didn't. We're
scraps.
very easygoing, other than my dad's beers that he wanted. But like you're giving us freezing food, like, and we're only eating once a day.
Yeah, and it was just crazy because like the food was so good and like timely at other places. That one place was wild.
Yeah, that place was wild. Even the room design and everything was a little like wild.
Yeah.
That place was wild in a little bit. And even I remember I was trying to dry my clothes there, and the door like cracked weird, so I lost a sock because I hung it there. So I had to like break a hanger and like stick it out and like go fight for my sock back because it fell down. You guys remember that door cracked and it was all the way at the top, like it opened up from the top. And that's it. So I was hanging my sock at the top, and it fell down and slid out onto the balcony. And
How was your experience washing your clothes after the fish? Filleting the fish?
Oh,
I smelled like, even after I washed my clothes, it still smelled like fish.
No, this is why you gotta get you an autistic, okay? Here's the thing. So I went into the race being like, I'm gonna do the laundry. You're gonna do the like organizing of the pack. The pack is your responsibility. I got the laundry. I did the laundry for the first time. Basically, we did like a test round for laundry during the semester before we even started racing. And like I washed the clothes. And he came through. He inspected the clothes. He said,
Not it.
I'm gonna do this.
He said, I'll take care of the laundry. I was like, I cleaned it. He goes, and you did a great job. I'll take care of the laundry.
That is so funny.
Yeah, and I was like, it's clean. Like it's like there's nothing. That man, he would. Oh my god, the cleaning process he would have on these. He would take the lining out of a trash can. He would take like hot water. He would soak the clothes in it. Bring it out.
There you go. He had a good technique. I remember.
Did they dry fast enough?
We had a routine of like we would air dry and then we would finish off with the hair dryer. We actually burnt out the hair dryer in at the first leg, and we had to very stealthily knock on the door because we knew the Chadas were in the room right across from us at the first leg.
We set off the fire alarm. Did you guys hear about that? Do you guys remember? They didn't evacuate. There was one room that set off the fire alarm. It was me and Adam because we were. So what we did is we left a sock connected to the hair dryer, and we both fell asleep. And the sock was connected to the hair dryer, and we woke up and we hear beep, 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 and all the smoke is in the room, and like the sock is basically like on fire. So me and Adam are like, oh shit! So we like open all the windows and we're like blowing it, and they come knocking on the door. Like before the race gets to us, the staff shows up and they were like, what are you guys doing in here? And I was like, oh my god, like I don't know, like I don't know what's going on. And I was like, guys, please turn this off before the race figures this out. And they were like, is there a fire? Like we have to come in. And they came in, it's smoke everywhere in our room, and me and Adam were like, and we're just like, please don't tell the race, like, because it was like 4 a.m. So we're like, don't tell the race, like, it was like the hotel staff. So they like shut it off, and they like helped us air out the room and everything. And I don't even know if the race ever got put on notice because like the actual staff had to come clean up our room.
Not y'all being hazards outside of the race.
But Kyler and I, after, like, we took our laundry so seriously. I remember him and I, after the race, had a really deep talk about how important it was and our routines when it came to laundry. Because I was the same way. I did not let Adam do any of the laundry. I don't know why I was so particular about it. I had my routine. I had the way I would get soap. I would do everything I needed to do. Clean, rinse, and then air dry for a little bit, blow dry. I don't care. I would do this till like 3 a.m. every day because we had one outfit. So I had to make sure we cleaned it for every leg. Yeah. And I had my whole routine structured out completely. It was like my little downtime.
Yeah, we brought Tide packs. So
That's
like
what we had.
Yeah. So that like we never struggled with like soap or anything like that. Our clothes will always be so clean. But I just brought really thick material clothes. So it just took forever to dry. That was my only thing.
That one leg where he had to put the beer, and I washed his clothes maybe 3 times because if I even smelled the hint of it, I was like, I need to get this out. So I washed it, dried, still smelled a little bit of beer, washed it, dried again, did it again. Like I was like, no, I need this out.
That's so funny because I feel like I get why the beer smell would be overwhelming, but the fish smell would bother me way more than the beer smell.
Oh my god.
The fish was out for us, and we didn't fillet.
Oh, well, you didn't do the fish, so
yeah.
There you go.
Oh my god, I did not realize it's 2 a.m. I love you guys. I have to be up.
Is it really?
It's 11.
I literally have to go to work in like 3 hours. I love you guys. I'm gonna.
Okay.
So cooked.
Well, why don't we call it? Because I have to. My dressing
tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Congrats, Taylor. Good luck.
Oh, thanks, guys.
So proud of you, man.
Good luck. So proud of you.
It'll be fun. It's fun being back with all the pageant people. I took a little bit of time away, so
get in there, Miss Michigan. Show them how you do it.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
I left. None of my gowns got here, so I have to go. I know. I'm gonna meet with the the gown sponsor of a pageant because they have some extra stuff. So
Okay.
I'm kind of bummed, but I'll be fine.
Call me after. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
know how it goes. Love you.
All right.
Love you guys. Good night. Good night.